Alright, so after watching the video I did on this last year, I noticed I somehow did a video review for all those 5 films on that video. That was completely coincidental, and all the films on that list were released in the halfway point of that year, but that was pretty standard. So really don't know the release schedule for these films on this list right now, but I'm also going to include TV shows. So without further ado, in no particular order, let's start. First thing I'm really excited for, because this is coming out like in a couple of weeks, is Argyle. I hope I got that right. 30% of the reason why I'm excited for this is because of the cast. 20% is because of Matthew Vaughn as the director, who did my childhood classic such as Kick-Ass and Kingsman, and the remaining 50% is because we get to see Dua Lipa in another film. Do I need to say more than that? Next, Kung Fu Panda 4. I swear I have watched at least one Kung Fu Panda film at least once. Just something I never really grew up caring too much about. Really have to admit, was always more interested in watching Disney stuff like Cars, or even if I was going to go the DreamWorks direction, How to Train a Dragon, still my favorite trilogy of all time and the best trilogy ever. You can argue with your mom about that, but my friends keep telling me how cool and everything about the Kung Fu Panda films, so I'll try to watch all 3 of them and do a video on that, and I'll try and watch the 4th one. I'm pretty excited to watch the 4th one if I'm being honest. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, just interested because of the Afterlife film in 2021. I really love that film, and I'm happy to see this new avenue they're taking with these younger characters and also incorporating the older characters, and also Paul Rudd. Like, who doesn't like seeing Paul Rudd? So I'm just excited for this, just mainly because of Afterlife. Afterlife was really nice. I really enjoyed that. Then Deadpool 3, need I say more about this? I don't even need to explain why. My ticket of admission has already been purchased for Hugh Jackman's appearance in this alone. Then Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Damn, this is a film with a lot of offs in the title. I'm just excited for this. Disappointed Matt Reeves isn't back directing, but we move. Wes Ball is on this. Apparently he did the Maze Runner films. People say that those films are pretty good. I like the first one. I didn't really like Scorched Trials, so I pretty much just ended watching the franchise from there. So hopefully for this trilogy he keeps me all the way in, and I'm excited to see where this film goes. Seeing some of the early reports, I'm not really happy with one in particular, but hopefully I am entertained. I know I said How to Train a Dragon was, the best trilogy of all time, but this is really high up. The previous one was really high up there for me. Then Ballerina in the John Wick universe. Not really the John Wick spin-off I wanted, but I'm all here for it. Ana de Armas, haven't really seen her in anything recently. Probably the last thing I saw her in was that Marilyn Monroe movie from like 2 years ago. I tried watching the Continental miniseries, couldn't make it past 10 minutes. It looked nice, just didn't hold my interest, so I hope that this is good. And apparently John Wick. Apparently Keanu Reeves will be in this, so I'm excited for his cameo. Then Bike Riders. I was so excited to watch this like a month ago, but the state of limbo that it has been, my interest will have to be carried on to next year. The cast alone, it was just something to get excited about. Austin Butler, I loved him in Elvis. I just want to see him in another movie, so I just want to see how he will take up this gangster whatever. Jodie Comer too, I loved her in Last Duel. Tom Hardy, I don't need to even talk about him. Norman Reedus alone in a bike gang film, just sign me up. I'm gonna watch this thing when he releases. Then Quiet Place Day One, honestly just because of the IP and name. The first 2 films were phenomenal, and that opening scene, I don't know if it was the opening scene, but that scene in the second film that just showed like the start of this alien apocalypse. So if we're getting a film of just that fully fledged like beginning of how everyone's just adapting, everyone's surviving, like just the start of it, I'm just excited to watch that, and I will be seated day one. Then Despicable Me 4. Hey, do not come at me. If there's one thing Illumination gets right, it's this IP, it is this franchise. I really grew up with this. I love Despicable Me 2 so much. The film is just like it's impeded on me. I don't know, man, it's just my childhood. But honestly, I didn't really like 3. I think Rise of Gru was alright, definitely had its moments, so I just want to see where they take this to the 4th entry, and I cannot just wait to see the girls again. Then Gladiator 2. Hollywood gods, please give me Ridley Scott another win. I really want to believe that he's not washed yet. Still think he has a lot to offer, especially with films in this specific genre. Yeah, I know Napoleon doesn't fit my narrative, but as I mentioned before on this channel, the last duel was Gladiator 1 was really good as well. So I just want to see how Ridley Scott to make a sequel for this. Plus Denzel Washington is going to be in this apparently, so I'm just excited. Then Joker 2, I'm not going to pronounce that French thing. Won't really say I'm I'm excited for this like a lot, but I like the first one. I'm just excited to see how they'll make this film into a musical. That's what's really getting me hyped for this. Then finally for films, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earth. This Tomorrowverse DC animated universe, it's safe to say it has been a failure. Apart from The Long Halloween and maybe Justice Society, and that's pushing it, it's been awful. And it's a shame because I really wanted to see this iteration of Jensen Ackles Batman, especially after the post-credit scene in Long Halloween. That all of that just got me hyped. But if there's one thing I can trust DC animated films in doing well, it's killing off their characters. So Crisis of Infinite Earth could possibly be the last banger in this Tomorrowverse. And now for TV shows, been watching a lot of Vox Machina, and there's not really been any word about it, but I think they announced season 3 like in the start of the year. So hopefully it's coming out 2024. They've been consistent with their yearly releases, at least for the first 2 seasons. So hopefully season 3 slaps and it's amazing. From one prime animation to the next, and this is one that they have really been inconsistent with their releasing. But Invincible, they left off with that mighty cliffhanger, and whether this thing comes out in January or April,
I will be there, no matter what.
Hopefully season 3 comes out early though, maybe in 2025. I don't know. Then after that cliffhanger of Gen V, I'm excited to see season 4 of The Boys, my favorite TV show of all time, out here with another terrible take, but it's my opinion. I love The Boys. Apparently we're seeing the start of President Homelander. Whatever, I am here for it. Really want to see how the Gen V episodes tie into this, and I want to see what Jeffrey Dean Morgan's role will be, because I loved him in The Walking Dead as Negan, and I'm excited to see him in this The Boys universe. I think he's perfect for this. Then now, speaking of The Walking Dead, I'm actually really excited to watch the new one that's coming out in a few months, The Ones Who Live. As a mini fan of the show, you know, I just didn't do anything. All I just did was watch 11 seasons of this, and of all the spin-offs they announced, this is the only one I really cared about, because I really want to see Rick Grimes again at least once more. I have no expectations for this, but I just want to see this link up between him and Michonne. And the final Prime TV show I'm excited for is Fallout. Not really because I'm a fan of the games, I actually have never played one, just more as the fact that it's Amazon Prime releasing this, and I trust anything they pump out, well, apart from the Rings of Power. Then finally, 2 shows from HBO, or Max as it's known now. The Penguin TV show, Colin Farrell in this universe again, just sign me up, I'm down. Nothing still, just looking at the cast and I see Kristen Milioti. I see Kristen Milioti is going to be in this, the girl from Palm Springs. I really love Palm Springs, and I loved her character in Palm Springs, as well as my favorite actor at the moment, Clancy Brown. So just imagining Clancy in this iteration of the Penguin. Really excited for this, especially since it's gonna be a bit like how The Long Halloween was. So I'm just excited for this, man. Give me more content. And finally, for everything, DC's Creature Commandos. James Gunn universe is finally gonna take flight now. So let's see how it actually starts. I'm a big fan of DC animation, but personally still prefer them to be their own thing, like their own place in like the Elseworld universe, like he was talking about with Batman and the Joker. But it is what it is. I'm down for good content, and I trust James Gunn to take DC up from here. So that just wraps it off with everything I'm excited for the next year, 2024. You may be watching this and you'll be like, this dude forgot this, he forgot that. Well, I probably actually forgot it, or I just wasn't excited for that, hence why I forgot it. Or the thing was just not my cup of tea. Like Mad Max Furiosa, I was not a massive fan of Fury Road, so I'm not like that crazy excited for it. It would just be me lying if I said I was. So I need to rewatch Fury Road to see if I like actually like the movie, because as I said, first viewing I did enjoy it, as well as TV shows for something like House of Dragon season 2. I've never watched Game of Thrones, and after the hell I put myself binging The Walking Dead, I'm not gonna do that again for another TV show. Okay, so yeah, that's why some of the stuff are not included here, but I probably might have missed some things, so I want to know what you're excited for next year. Thank you for watching this video. I should have an everything I watched in December out by New Year's, and the 2024 films ranked out in January. Merry Christmas if you celebrate it, happy holidays if you don't, and a happy new year. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.